Welcome back, everyone. Brand new Social Security proposal. We're going to be talking about all the details and everything you need to know. So, Oklahoma Republican Congressman Tom Cole has said that the United States needs to have, quote, serious discussions about Social Security as concerns over its viability continue to hover in policy discussions, with experts saying that funds for the program may be exhausted and depleted within just a decade from now. We've talked about that so many times on our channel that unfortunately the trust fund for Social Security is looking bleak for the future. You might be safe now, but for future generations and future retirees, they may not have that safety net. Cole pointed out that just over the next 3 decades, the Social Security Administration will have to confront a deficit of $19 trillion. Experts within the Social Security Administration have also suggested that without reforms to the program by 2033, the $2.8 trillion fund will deplete its reserves. He said, quote, if we are truly going to produce a balanced budget, which we should be striving to do, we need to have serious discussions about these entitlement programs, which make up approximately 60% of all spending in the country. He wrote this all in a note published on his congressional website, and a suggestion by the Oklahoma Republican is the introduction of what's called the Bipartisan Social Security Commission Act, which aims to form a 13-person commission to be formed with input from the president and leaders in Congress that will ultimately be tasked with providing recommendations over what to do with Social Security. And within 1 year of its first meeting, the commission would have to report to Congress with a proposal to ensure Social Security's trust funds are solvent for the next 75 years, he said. This proposal would have to be made with the support of commission members, and then the proposal would receive expedited consideration in Congress for a vote. This was all said in his note, and he also went on to say that he is against cuts to Social Security, but did suggest that doing nothing will lead to a drop in what American retirees will receive from the fund in the future. He said, I want to be clear, I do not want to cut Social Security. I want to prevent the very real cuts that are coming in a decade from now, while at the same time help us from the catastrophic debt crisis that our nation is facing. Cole argued that without effort to change the current trajectory, quote, beneficiaries will only receive 77 cents on every dollar that they are due. In conclusion, this would cut $391 from the average retired American's $1,700 check. That is a scary thought from the Oklahoma legislator, and he first introduced the bill to establish the commission in January of 2023. And he suggested that in this week's note that political debates should not color how policymakers approach the issue. He said, we are at a critical point in time. If we ignore the very real scheduled cuts that are coming, beneficiaries will actually see the cuts. I do not want to eliminate this program that is so crucial to the livelihoods of retired Americans, but we must move forward on addressing this issue. What are your thoughts so far, guys? Do you think that this is all true? Do you think that we are going to be seeing benefit cuts? I'm curious, what do you guys think? Do you think this Republican is just being alarmist and he's fear-mongering? Or could we very well see cuts come to people's paychecks in the not so distant future? Let us know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm curious to hear. Now, we've seen a lot of ideas, a lot of talk, but very little action from the Congress, whether that's on the Republican or Democratic side, right? We've seen proposals, we've seen ideas, we've heard rumors, but nothing concrete that has been put in place yet to actually help the American people and make sure that Social Security remains alive and well, and we don't have to worry about it in the future for our current retirees, people looking to get on retirement soon, and also future generations. So clearly this is an issue for the Oklahoma Republican, and he wants to help the American people. Now, again, he does not want to cut Social Security, but he believes cuts are coming, so let's not take that out of context. As we know, Social Security is a safety net that helps so many millions of people, and they would really not be able to survive without it, and we want to make sure that it's protected and is concrete. We don't want to see benefit cuts. We want to see benefit increases and also changes to the way that COLA is calculated and how that annual adjustment is made. We want to make sure that it meets up with inflation and ultimately outpaces inflation. That would be great. That would be really nice. And people are really struggling when it comes to their housing. When it comes to their medical expenses, right? These are all the daily battles that our seniors and elderly have to face. And unfortunately, Social Security is just not enough to cover those expenses. And it would be interesting if this would be a bipartisan proposal and we can even get feedback from the president, whether that's Biden or whoever is ultimately in office, during the time that this is in place, and we could all work together, hopefully, and share ideas when it comes to Social Security. This is especially intriguing coming from a Republican. You would think the language that he's using is coming from a Democrat, but no, he is a Republican, and he does want to see good for Social Security, and he actually wants to keep it alive. Hopefully this plan or a variation of it could actually be passed and become law of the land. I'd love to see something happen this year, but it is an election year. And as you know, a lot of politicians right now were just focused on campaigning. They're in full campaign mode. It's 2024. It's not just the presidential level, but the rank and file politicians as well. They're up for grabs. Those seats might be taken away. So a lot of people are not so focused on action right now and passing laws and passing bills. I think a lot of candidates are in campaign mode and not focusing on helping the people. We're going to be keeping a close eye on this, folks. Very interesting idea from this congressman. Let us know your thoughts down below, but we'll be seeing you in the next one. Folks, if you enjoyed this video, get the word out, spread on social media, smash the like button. I'd appreciate that. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. Also, if you want to get some free stocks, use my Robinhood link down below. Also, sign up with Aura today, video sponsor. You can actually stay safe and protected online when you sign up with Aura. Free trial, no obligations. And folks, I will look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.